Texas lawmakers are now deciding how to spend your tax dollars to help children under the Department of Family and Protective Services.
Recent reports and several child deaths in our area have highlighted the agency's struggles. KXAN's Phil Prazen has more on some of the fixes in the works.
I never really knew how to be a kid.
Blue Hess says he grew up in a home of drinking and drug abuse.
Be thrown, I would be slapped, I'd be beaten, and yeah.
Removed from his parents, he had problems in foster care. Blue thought it was his fault.
It was hard, and you know, I can look back at it and not cringe, but at that time, in that moment, I thought that was normal.
Unspeakable horrors that no child should be forced to endure.
Advocates and lawmakers came to the Capitol to say Blue's situation happens too often in Texas. In our rosy economic times, they want more money for abuse prevention and higher salaries for overworked caseworkers who are responsible for making sure kids are with loving families.
We're not going to take no for an answer.
Teaching the foster parents and upkeeping them was how to nurture each child that they get, because every child has a different past.
Blue now lives with one of those loving families himself, but he says the bad times stay with him. He says he's an example of why lawmakers should focus on prevention to ensure Texas children are safe. Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
Right now, the Senate budget rough draft has money for more than 30 new caseworkers, enough to keep up with the current caseload, but many at the rally today want many more than that. This legislative session, we have seen a long list of proposals to try to fix state health services. The Senate committee recently passed a reform bill for each department within the Texas Health and Human Services. That includes the Department of Family and Protective Services. That's where Child Protective Services is held. They're labeled Senate Bill 202 through Senate Bill 207. But the bills have not been brought to the floor. Governor Greg Abbott is also proposing an extra $40 million for children and families at risk and foster children.